Welcome back to Rainier Rally for the Tired Truck Tournament. No, these trucks are not sleepy. These drivers will be racing with 4 tires in the back of their truck in attempts to not only beat their opponent, but keep the tires in the back of their truck for extra points. Let's go ahead and meet the first 2 drivers. For the first time ever at Tiny Track Cars, we have Lily the dog racing for Lily's Boneyard. She'll be racing Hades from Karmic Racing in a little red express truck. That truck must have got a paint job because it's no longer red. It's goldish orange. They are off for race number 1. Looks like some tires were held in the back of the truck. We're going to slow that down for you. Lily the dog loses 3 tires right off the bat. Looks like Hades loses a couple at the finish line. We're going to slow it down even more so we can keep an eye on those tires. Lily the dog still has 1 tire in, but loses it right there. It looks like Hades loses 2 right at the finish line. Scoring for this event is 4 points for first place, 2 points for second place, and 1 point for every single tire that is left in your bed when you cross the finish line. It has to be under your cab and within the size of your bed, so if it's floating in the air, it does not count. Let's go ahead and see race number 2 as those trucks switch spots. All 8 tires in the bed over the first jump. Hades flips over, losing all the tires, and it looks like Lily Dog will finish with 3 tires in the back of her truck, catching up even though taking second place. Lily with 7 points and Hades with 10 points as they go into the third race. Here we go. It's obvious that Hades is the faster truck here, but it's very important to keep the tires in the truck. Will Hades keep any tires in that truck? Lily with 1 tire bounces out at the finish line as it rolls over. It looks like Hades might have 2 tires in the back of the truck. We will check with the judges on that when we get to the scorecard. Yes, Hades finishes first place, 4 points with 2 tires. Race 4 for these 2, Lily the dog and Hades. They're off, trying to keep the tires in the truck. Already losing some. It looks like Lily the dog lost most of her tires. They popped out over the second jump, and 1 might have happened to make it back in the bed of the truck. Look at this. It's up, it's in. And she crosses the finish line, getting 1 point for that tire. Hades loses both tires, but because he took first place, he dominates in points, even though he only kept 4 tires in total. We'll see the next 2 drivers. This is Doc from Doc's Speed Shop, racing against Papa Pugsley from Manchild Motorsports in that step-side Chevrolet. The production crew did end up painting the sidewalls of these tires white, so they're able to track down the tires and see what tires were in whose bed and whose tires were lost and scattered all over the place. So now we're able to see the tires a little better as you see that one roll over towards the spectators. We'll slow that down here. Papa Pugsley loses his first tire. Doc has some in, dumps all of them. Looks like Papa Pugsley has 3 in the bed, and 1 might have rolled. There you see 1 more rolled out right across the finish line. It was hiding behind the truck. We'll take a look at another angle. You'll be able to see that tire a little better. So Doc takes 4 points with 0 tires. Papa Pugsley takes second place with 2 tires. This just goes to show that those tires staying in your bed could make or break your race. Next race, here we go. Looks like we don't see a ton of tires flying out. I'm gonna say tires a lot in this tournament. Doc loses 1, Papa Pugsley loses 1. Papa Pugsley loses another. Doc finishes with 3 tires. Papa Pugsley looks like he has 1 tire. We'll slow that down a little bit for you. There you see that 3rd tire popping out of Papa Pugsley's truck on the right-hand side. He will only get 1 point extra for the tires. Tired trucks continue. Race 3, Group 2. Papa Pugsley in the close lane. Doc in the far lane. Keep those tires in your bed. Oh, Papa Pugsley slid sideways and dumps all 4 of his tires out. Doc takes first place. I didn't see if he had tires. He loses all his tires as well. That'll be a 4-0, 2-0 on the scorecard once it pops up. Like I said, Doc pulling out in front as they go into Race 4, Papa Pugsley needs a miracle if he wants to stay in this tournament. Since we did only have 30 trucks in this tournament, the loser with the most points at the end will end up moving on in the bracket. So even though trucks are losing, it's very important to get those points for keeping the tires in the bed, because you will move on if you are the truck with the most points after round 1. There's that truck, that tire, chasing him down the finish line. Doubling Papa Pugsley's score, Doc will move on. And now it's time for Tired Trucks Halftime Show. We have more trucks, bigger trucks, some cars, and some tires. Please enjoy. I hope you enjoyed that wonderful halftime show of chaos. And now, a word from our sponsor, Spoolheads Racing. Let's meet the next group. We have Leon James from Spoolheads Racing in a beautiful dump truck. He'll be racing one of my favorite drivers, Daddy G from G4 Diecast, in that Ford F-150. Leon James in the close lane. Will that dump truck be able to hold on to the tires? Certainly has pretty terrible aerodynamics. He loses one tire. Looks like a couple tires bounce out. Daddy G takes the victory. Slow that down here and watch the tires. One tire out. Daddy G loses one there. It looks like Daddy G finishes with 2 tires. Leon James loses his last tire right at the finish line. We'll take a closer look at a different angle. As you can see, that tire is not in the bed. It is to the right of the vehicle. Very important to keep those in the bed. Daddy G with 6 points. Leon James with 2 points. They will switch lanes. Run again. Daddy G off to an early start again. Dumps all of his tires. Look out! Tire comes flying. Everyone in the audience has to be careful. Leon James barely made that first jump. Loses a couple tires as his first tire goes flying down the right-hand side of the track. Bounces and almost decapitates multiple spectators and rolls across the finish line. We will slow that down for you one more time. Bounces off that guardrail, nearly missing people in the audience. It's a dangerous sport, folks. Oh, looks like the man in that yellow hat did get tapped by a tire. Didn't affect him though. He has rock hard abs. And he's also glued to the track. All right, race 3. Leon James in the close lane. Daddy G in the far lane. Daddy G out front again. Over the second jump, Leon James barrel rolls it forward, dumping all of his tires out. We haven't seen that before, folks. End over end, tail over nose. Look at that. Loses all his tires. Looks like Daddy G does save a few tires in the bed. 3 is the number, according to the judges. Daddy G is pulling away with this one. This is the last final race. I don't believe Leon James has a chance to win based on numbers alone. Daddy G pulls away way too fast to see those tires. We'll slow it down for you. He did keep some in the truck bed, and we will see how many. Looks like Leon James got a little up on the curb there, dumps his tires again, but is able to finish this race on his left-hand side. His tires finish as well, but unfortunately you don't get points for your tires finishing. You just get points for your truck finishing with the tires inside of them. Daddy G breaks that barrier off. Luckily that barrier was there. He would have ended up off the track. Daddy G moves on with 23 points. The grand finale, last group of this First video, it's Boog from 4-6 Diecast Racing, and he's going against the Lone Star from Live Young Diecast. They're heavy boys, 60 grams each. Lone Star in the close lane. Looks like he's got 2 tires sitting pretty low in that bed. Will he be able to hold them in there? He looks like he flips over as he crosses the finish line in first place. He crosses the finish line, losing his tires. Boog has 4 tires in his bed at this point. 2 tires. How many did the judges say stay in there? I'm not sure. Well, might have to see it at a different angle here. How many tires was Boog able to keep in? Looks like 2 are still in the truck. As you see, 2 to the left-hand side, 2 in the truck. After the first round, even though Boog was in second place, the tie score. They switched lanes for race 2. They are out of there over the first jump. Some contact and holy sh! There's bodies everywhere. Cut. We can't show this on YouTube. We can't show this. Cut the cameras right now. Cut. What are you doing? Cut. I can't believe that just happened. What? How did we get that off the internet? People see that, they're gonna sue. Someone's gonna sue us. Rainier Rally's gonna have to shut down. What are we gonna do? Steven, get in here.
Yeah, boss. What's up?
Did you just see what happened?
Yeah, that was a bad crash. There's blood everywhere. What are we gonna do?
We need to get that clip off the internet, or else they're gonna shut us down.
Boss, you know it's on the internet, right? You can't. It's stuff on the internet stays there forever. You can't just take it down. It's there. We can't get shut down. I need this job. I need to support my family. I have bills to pay. We can't shut down.
Yeah, I know. I'll take care of it. Okay, we're back. Let's take a look what happened here as the track crew cleans up that mess. Lone Star cuts off Boog. Boog pushes him. Lone Star was unable to make the jump. Clips the landing ramp. Boog crashes into Lone Star. Tires go flying everywhere. Let's take a look from this angle. Lone Star sideways. Lone Star hits the cars on the sidelines, takes out the mechanic, cameraman, and other members on the sideline. There you see the medical crews are on site. They do have Lone Star out of the car. He does not look good. This paramedic is standing there making sure these people don't move anywhere, but clearly they're not moving. They are injured and they need help. The beautiful ladies are still hanging out in the grandstands with the cowboy. And there's just chaos happening in the pits. There's an engine stand on some guy's back. The driver of that car, his head is underneath the car. No one knows what's going on, but we have confirmed that both drivers are okay. Both trucks are back on the track. They get 0 points for that. There's no reruns. We just give them 0 points. We run 4 races total here. That one is a little bit cleaner. The camera guy is still missing from the track. We will receive word on how he is doing after this tournament is over. Right now, we just hope he is okay. Lone Star finishes in first. Boog in second with 2 tires. It is tied up going into this last race. Lone Star has been the faster truck. Let's see what happens here as they are side by side. Lone Star flips over the finish line. Boog in second place. We will slow that down and see how many tires stayed in that truck. There you see Lone Star with 4, Boog with 4. Boog is up on the curb. He looks like he's going to lose it. Lone Star rolls over, loses all the tires, and it looks like Boog might have kept all 4 tires in the back of the truck. We will see. He's up on 2 wheels, tires flopping back and forth. Lone Star gets a little dirty. 2 tires out, 2 tires in. He does lose his other 2 right there. Boog holds on to all 4, and there you see the freeze frame of Boog crossing the finish line with 4 tires, even though he took second place. Lone Star taking first place and getting 4 points. Let's have another look at that as these judges tally the score for this race. And there you have it. Boog, first time ever, with 4 tires in the back of his truck, beating Lone Star, even though he was the slower truck. Moving on. Thank you so much. There's your 4 trucks moving on in this tournament. Hopefully, if the track doesn't get shut down, we will see you in the next video. Thanks so much.